Good morning. And away we go. Oh, my phone. All right, the network stuff. And this is the part of the show where we go through and turn off devices on the network. Actually, it was mostly there. There we go. All right. And Pool, thank you for the follow. MJT, you as well. Forard, that's how you pronounce that. So thank you for the follow. And Tet68MT, thank you. All right, so we're going to be looking, we're going to continue looking at this one. This one's been a little bit of a work in progress. The original idea behind this was make a new ref trait and replace clone as a bound. Sure. And turns out that the little issue that we came upon down here, say, hey, what do we do about this? This cloned object, a ref counted one. Well, no. And you should not generate ref counter for non-ref counter types, obviously. Okay, we'll make sure we don't do that. That being said, I just realized the non-ref counter types had copy and clone. Didn't notice it at all. So all the clone bounds were actually wildly unsound in terms of safety. Hopefully we'll be able to fix them in ODA 9. Okay, so we're going to work towards that. Gave some more feedback here. Like, yeah, this is the one here that we implemented because, okay, things that had clone should still have clone. Ref counter is meant to replace clone as a bound, not sell. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We'll go ahead and rename the file and take care of some of these. We'll look at the clone one. Oops, a little bit off. It's not responding. Oh, there we go. I was in navigation mode, command mode, insert mode. We're on 300. Git fetch GD native. There have been some changes. Let's rebase. Get status first. Okay. Good. Reload some of those. I was also looking into this over here. Our Godot binary does not have everything enabled. So what we could do is in our build, wherever that is, It's in bin. Bin, Godot, yada yada. Actually, what do we have in here? Or 9 meg executable. Okay. But Godot has a couple of different flags. One of them should be to be able to dump. Oh, I don't see it in their list here. It's a GD native flag, and it's to dump the API. There it is. GD native generate JSON API. So if we do this instead of help, run that and give it like a foo.json. Oh. I think that's supposed to work. Oh, the tool one is supposed to work. Which is, well, unfortunately, this one. Let's try that. Yeah, that one had it. It's got all the bindings in it. Yeah, this one still has like AV, ARVR, controller, etc. We'll have to basically come up with a smaller version of this. It's unfortunate that we can't strip everything out. Anyhow, back over here. Got the check finished. Do a couple things first. What was that other file called? It was new. I've counted. We're gonna move that to ref underscore counted. We have that. Good. One element of feedback there. All right, now everything that had cloned should still be cloned. Let's go back into class.rs, GD native core class. Ilyar, if I'm saying that right. How's it going? Morning. All right, so then we have ref counted, etc. Let's go back, save that, go to class. So now here, this little bit, comments here that things that had clone should still have clone. Ref counted is meant to replace clone as a bound, not wholesale. Does that mean that ref counted elements? Okay, just as a bound, not wholesale. So we're going to leave clone on there. The intent then is not to replace it as an API. Actually, I need to take another look at that. You're doing all right? Oh, that's good. All right, so it sounds like this stays the way it was. Okay, so it looks like we should have this still there. Let's just, the 304 is going to be clone again. Yep, clone's missing clone now, which is really simple. It's just clone there. Oh, unresolved module. Looks like it's there. All right. So we're not replacing clone. I get that. Let's go back into let's say typed array had clone on it. Oops, back. All right, we're gonna go back through this pull request. So we have if this class is ref counted. Yeah, and this one we should only be implementing that for ref counter types. So let's do that. Bindings generator lib. So here we go through generate bindings. It generates the imports. Now for every class, generate the class bindings. And then some documentation enums, constants, etc. When we keep going down, we get into the traits. And here we only want to generate the new ref for types that are ref counted. Actually not found. Oh. COC isn't happy after the git change. There we go. So if it is ref counted, we're only going to keep that one. Means we can tab those out. That out. Get rid of the else case. Alright, so that is just for the ref counted types now. Here we have generate ref counted clone. Yep, this is what we were working on. So here, it looks like we still want to clone for these. Well, it sounds like we still want to clone for these. I'll bet we can do this in a more intelligent way, though. We can just implement clone for everything that implements that trait. Because it's really just calling new ref. Was that done elsewhere? Oh, that was done on instance. That's right. Go back one. So for the traits, there we go, object impl, free. Do variant from variant, yada yada, okay. Yeah, we don't even need else there. All right, now here, impl clone, impl t, where t is ref counted. Wonder if this is even possible. Impl. mean, that looks like what I would want. We're gonna have to see if that actually works. Rust Analyzer is not working out okay. I'm gonna save a session, Vim session, quit, restart, close that. Oh, that's right. Here we need to double up these. There we go. Type parameter T must be used as a type parameter for some local type strat. So we can't do it that way. We can't do this for T's of a certain kind. That's unfortunate. That means we'll have to implement clone for each one of those types too. That's fine. Let's do that. I'm going to take that then. Back to... Nope. Any natives in there? Oh, where was that? I think it's in bindings generator. Lib. On a sec. Go back. Sorry about that. Goats were heading for the garden. Can't have that. Can't do that. All right. Where were we? We were going to generate. So previously in here, we had been saying generate reference clone along with this here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put that back. instance of that. This. Copying stuff out of the diff. Oh, I missed a couple pieces. All right. The clone is inline, or hinted to be inline. There we go, that's a little better. Now for the tail end of that function. Okay, so we'll put generate reference clone back. So clone's there, ref counted's there. Oh, too far. Here, okay. Can find function generate ref clone impl. Yeah, we got rid of that. How's everyone doing today? Speaking up. All right, so what's next in here? We're at the top. Fix some of this. So now we still have the clone. Now we have the new trait. We're not doing reference. Yeah, this is what became the new trait actually. Generate reference clone. We just put that one back. And then new code. All right. Sorry, I pushed on the down button. Didn't mean to. Page down there. Fine. All right, these I think are good changes. Start from base. Class. Actually, I don't. So here, I think we do want to call new ref on these for map, etc. We want those to be incremented. We're going to be coming back to these in a little bit. Right, and this is what we've been working on. Ref count is meant to replace clone as a bound, not wholesale. Fine, we can do that. Or we're replacing it as bound. Uses bound. I would have. I think I typically say constraint, but I get bound. That makes sense. Type bound. All right, that's good. Now this is where I already fixed that. There's one other place. Oh, Godot string. Go fix that. It should still have clone on it. And it should impl ref. New ref. Flow. It's supposed to be clone. There we go. And this just seems silly to have both of them. It's fine. Type tray. Let's go ahead and put that back. Copy that. Ah, we already fixed it. Now there's one other place. In here, when we go to implement the class, or class struct, here we go. So if the class is ref counted, if it's not ref counted, it's copy and clone. I wonder if that's still meant to be. Because according to the comment, the soundness issue, and if we take that out, we're going to get a number of little flags here. Well, at least it's a kind of a conversation starter. Okay. And we get all the way into the examples to fix this. Move occurs because object has type object which does not implement the copy trait. Yeah, copy needs clone. Let's take a look at the examples here. What's going on in the signal? Signals 81. Oh, I see, because we downcast it to object. I wonder what they had before. Let's see, get node, node path, signal emitter. So they're getting something. Then whatever the owner is, let's see, owner to object, that's a label. Does the label have, is the label rough counted? No, because the scene objects are not. What is it, type, name? No label like that, okay. Basically, I want something like this that is label. There it is. And it is not a reference. What about something like spatial? Oops, too far. Yeah, none of the scene graph elements are ref counted. Take a peek at the documentation. Some types are manually managed. Oh. Well, I think we have our talking point. Let's see, and let's bring you along with me. Clone, back, or ref counter types. Breaks examples. We'll give that a push. It's gonna fail. Alright. What is this? Popular mechanics? Oh, actually, the popular mechanics thing. This is a cool little shelf thing. French cleat, I had never heard of before. Very, very neat little thing. Yeah, for all you woodworkers out there. Alright, that was fun. Wife comes into the office, says, I've got a bee in my hair. You have a comb. Yeah, that's my day. Oh man. Give me a sec. Gotta, like, that took me for a loop. Of course, I didn't have a comb. What did I have? I had a putty knife. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go back to the jar here. So this is going to cause things to fail. Get. All right, now for this bit here, I'd like to comment on basically one of the new lines of code. What's interesting is that it only causes the examples to fail. Oh shoot, session.vim. Go fix that. You know what? I could have just amended that, couldn't I? Yeah, let's reset back here. All right, no more session.vim in the list. All right, but we still have our little log there. Good. Okay, let's try this again. I have a bee in my hair. Goodness. All right. So what sort of comment should we add on this? Should non-ref counter times be cloned? Maybe just a little like per your comment before. Do these have clone on them? All right. And add that. See, as the comment says, good non. All right. So I added that. Got a little thing there. I think we come back to this. Resolve some of these. Hold on a sec. Gonna yell at the goats. All right. They're responding to me. Just shouting at them. Okay, that's done. That's done. Actually, let me log in here. Such a pain going between them. Name or email address. .com, password. Where's my password thing? Nope. There we go. Huh. Want to save that? No. Did I forget my GitHub login? Maybe. That's great. All right. My other password manager. Oh, really? That password. All right. Yeah, that's got to get updated. Oh, 2FA. All right, you're going to go look at the other stuff for just a moment. There we go. My browser back. I wonder if they say that had been. Yeah, we had to move that because it was becoming a trait, which is now down here. Then we have the clone down there. That's fine. Fine. Okay. Bounds are now rough counted. I need to say something about that. Fun. I didn't update the comments. That's okay for now. Here's our new trait. Put that other stuff back. What's the other comments? Didn't we have like a bunch of comments in here? Ref counter should only be implemented for reference counter types. Good. Did that. Solved. Give that a thumbs up. Solved. And I think this here really the question. I don't think they need to know that the examples are broken or whatever. It's because of this. All right, that's good. Look what happened with Genie native sys. You can migrate bindings generated to proc macro 2 tooling. Nice. Oh, was there something else I needed to do for the other one? Oh, that one's approved. Okay. Milestones. Getting closer. I wasn't expecting this one to find that other bug. The shared mutable distinction in generated types cause unions in codebase. It also prevents aliasing from being a safe action. Hmm. What's left in tidy public interfaces? Are these new? No, I think those were there before. Okay, there was a little bit of a conversation in here. All the generated unsafe methods and binding methods are docked instead they won't show up in Rustdoc. Some changes might be needed. Alright, let's take another look at that. When I did that. Okay, well, let's try. Here. What branches do we have? Git. Branch. Ooh, wow. Nice. Okay. And what is this one? This is 357. Private members. Eh. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is that item there. So bindings method. So that file. Whatever is public and unsafe in there. Then we're going to close all of our buffers. Jim's acting up today. Follow this one down the rabbit hole. All right, generate method table and method impl. don't think that's it. Is it this? Oh, there's two places in here that have this. That one and... Oh, these are in the same function, aren't they? Oh, no. That one's completely different. Okay. It's really just this one. So if we take public off that, give that a check, that breaks all sorts of things. So we're in bindings generator. And who uses bindings generator? Or what does bindings generator use? Okay, so it looks like bindings generator is kind of the end of the line. So bindings generator is used by two places. One is in GD native bindings, and the other is in GD native core. And these errors are coming out of GD native bindings because they can no longer access those functions that were in core. Hey, good morning, Ecton Dev. How are you? And watching Remy do Rust yesterday. Didn't realize there were so many Rust people in that channel. I even learned something doing in that channel. Not that it's a surprise to anybody, but that when you shadow a variable, that doesn't drop it. It lives to the end of the scope. I was not expecting that. Let's see, we're in GD native bindings. Which is strange because, wait, how was this working before? GD native bindings, bindings type, not able to access this, but GD native bindings isn't dependent on core. Yeah. Drop is awesome. And I love that the compiler understands what drop is. Right? If you try to use it after, like, no, gone. Right? And it's just, it was consumed. It's gone. It's awesome. Yeah. It's just consumed and goes away. It's really neat. I'm surprised by like some of the simplicity in the language like that. Because you could write your own drop function, right? I mean, it's, what is it? It's a fn drop that takes a t of basically any type and does nothing with it. Like, yay. It's awesome. Yeah, that mind blown. The everything's an expression. Oh, he kept coming across like every little moment we're going through there, and this is an expression, and that's an expression, and you get an expression. Expressions for everybody, and then everything's an expression. Mind blown. That was awesome. That was a great light bulb moment. I hope somebody clips that. It should absolutely be a clip on his stream. I forgot. I was like in the moment. Yeah, isn't there a place in the book where it says, if you're an experienced programmer, skip to like chapter 5 or 4? Because like chapter, was it 3? And I don't know. So you definitely want to read chapter 4 because that's about the ownership bits. But I think there was some stuff in there. Yeah, just glance over this or read the cliff notes or something. Okay. Get into the book. I've actually got the book on my desk. I know chapter 4, right hand side, talks about ownership. It has the 3 rules on it. Right hand side. Ownership rules. Yep, found it. Page 61. Let's take a look at the ownership rules. Keep these in mind. Each value in Rust has a variable. That's called its owner. There can be only one owner at a time. When the owner goes out of scope, the value will be dropped. Love that. 3 rules. Simple, straightforward. You learned as you needed? Yeah. I did that as well. Because the first time I went through the book, it's like, okay, I don't really get it. And then I start coding in it. And it starts to sink in. Oh, this is a build dependency. Got it. It's a build dependency. So yeah, we are trying to use GD native core, and GD native core doesn't make those types public anymore. You recently started learning Rust? You only read the book online? Yeah. There's a reason to have, for me to have the actual physical copy. Because I work on a computer all the time, if I'm on a device when I'm quote unquote off work, then it looks like I'm on the job. Right? So I try not to be on my phone or on a computer when I'm not working. So having the book means that I can read about programming without looking like I'm working. It's great. Even if it's like the Kindle or something. And All right, so what do we do here? We've got GD native core, and GD native core is using this. Does it have? Okay, it's got a dependency on GD native sys. What is inside of GD native sys? Got build and lib. Okay, let's take a look. Got bindings and API wrapper. What does it depend on? Yeah, it's still. Oh, that's not it. Oh, I see. This is more. Yeah, this is something else. Oh, this is interesting. Whitelist type. I'm not familiar with that stuff. For bind gen. I see this is the bind gen stuff. You find physical books feel like a context shift more than opening a tab in a browser. Yeah. Rust is one of the few languages that I actually made flashcards for, or used a flashcard app for. Because I came across things in the book that I really wanted to remember. I started to build out little flashcards. There's so much. It's so broad. I would like a Rust flashcard site to help memorize certain traits or functions on traits. Because like certain traits are just have an incredible amount of stuff in them. Iterator, it's massive, a lot there, and you combine that with option and result, just those three things changes the way how you code Rust. You understand those. All right, so where does this file think that it's supposed to be getting this? We're just going to do vim on this. 98555. Okay, so it's got this. All right, but where's it supposed to be getting that? I think it's supposed to be getting that from an import. Use. Now, where is it? That's. Oh, this is going to be dropped in a different file. So this file, which is bindings types. Right, so that just gets included here in GD native bindings. Well, let's type traits and methods. And the error types. Wait. What am I missing here? We have types, traits, and methods. GD native binding. We're missing something in GD native core. There's different ones of these. Core. Haven't really learned from a book in years. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, 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 'c still something nice to me about actually having bookmarks in a book. So much easier for me to like just grab that thing and look. Ownership 4. And let's see, where do I have a bookmark right now? In chapter 19. Oh, generic type parameters and operator overloading. Yes, good stuff. All right, there's something not quite getting. So GD native. Or, I don't know, just one, I don't care. Slash out. For traits, methods, and types. I think it's going to be in core methods. So who imports that? Or include? Ah, there it is. GD native core source generated. So GD native bindings has these three, and GD native core these three. The types here, I believe, are trying to interact with like core methods. If we look at core methods for that, and Vim, we're going to look at target, debug, build. Our methods. Yeah, so that's in here. We're trying to access across crates. I wonder if there's a different way to do that. I mean, is there a point to having GD native core separate from GD native bindings? Hmm. Who else uses this? Okay, so if we go to the browser, we come in here and we, and if you are learning Rust, David Tolnay has this wonderful little sort of blog in crates where he's got a couple little things. He's played around with using the Rust system as a blogging platform. But he's got this reference types here. And this accurate mental model of Rust reference types is really, really helpful. I highly recommend reading that. I tried to suggest this to Raimu yesterday, and I think chat was just going too fast. But this here is just amazing, right? It goes through a beginner's understanding and all this, and it falls apart. Yep. And I think I absolutely fell into this. It's like, well, what does this mean? How does this work? And he goes on to say, like, well, there's better names. And here, this reference to T is not an immutable reference or a const reference, which I think coming from a C++ world, people often think, right? Oh, this is const. I get this. It's const. But that's not true. A shared reference. And there are certain things that you can't do to a shared reference. Right? And then the other one is an exclusive reference, meaning that only one thing can actually have the reference. So I think going through this was transformative in the way that I actually thought about these types, and it really helped solidify how Rust dealt with these. Because it's not const, right? Because you can have interior immutability in these types. So just because something is like this doesn't mean it's a const reference. And I think in C++ you can still have interior immutability on const references, but I think it's just a better way to think about it. Shared reference or an exclusive reference is much more accurate for me. So I highly recommend anybody learning Rust to, as soon as you get past a little bit of this, like you get your toes wet, you start looking into these different types, and you get your first borrow error. Come read this. Yeah, and then they go on and talk about interior immutability and so on and so forth. Highly, highly recommend this. That was a quick little aside. We were going here, about to look at that, about to look at GD native. All right, and what does GD native actually look like from the outside? So here we have the API documentation, and I wonder if GD native sys and GD native, or excuse me, core and bindings are hidden enough that it's okay to like try to join them. Because right now, do we have modules? Let's go look at modules. So sys here, what does sys have? Sys has a bunch of those, but they end up, so these are the Godot APIs. So is that what we were looking at before? We were looking at core, so I didn't want sys, I wanted core. Okay. Modules, I don't see core in here. Huh. Functions, yep, that's gone. Hey, Mrs. Games, how's it going? Alright, y'all, I've got in the stream early, so yeah, something came up. So I gotta run. Until next time, bye-bye.